Tulips are known as the harbinger of spring, so it's especially disappointing when they don't bloom. However, there are many reasons why these colorful flowers might be missing, from pesky animals to incorrect drainage. Thankfully, there are a few simple fixes you can make to ensure your flowers bloom next year. Here, we spoke to experts about the most common tulip mishaps, and how to properly correct them. 7 reasons why your tulips didn't bloom this spring. But before that, welcome to my channel. 1. Not enough chilling time. This is an issue that I, and other Zone 9 gardeners, face with our tulips. I suppose I should expect this and perhaps even move on to a different plant. After all, they're really not meant to grow in my climate. I love them though, so I'm willing to put in some extra effort, but I'll get to that in a minute. The primary issue for these plants not flowering in warmer climates is a lack of chill time. Tulips need a significant amount of time spent below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius, in order to bloom properly. Think of this similarly to chill hours in fruit trees. Apple trees typically require more chill hours than peach trees. Tulips are among those spring bulbs with the most significant need for cold temperatures. You'll hear different numbers when it comes to the right length of time. A generally safe length of time is about 12 weeks. More won't hurt. You can't really over-chill your tulip bulbs, they love the cold. If you live north of Zone 8, this shouldn't be a major issue if you get your bulbs in the ground before the ground freezes. Late fall is perfect. If you live in Zone 8, you're still likely to get enough cold weather to get a good chill time. If you have a mild winter, you may get a less than stellar season. However, they're indicated for Zones 3 to 8 and are fairly reliable in these climates. If, like me, you're attempting to grow them outside that range, Zones 9 to 11, things get a little tricky. The trick to growing them in warmer climates is artificially lowering their cold temperatures. How to do it? Start early. The sooner, the better. Place your bulbs in a breathable container. A mesh or paper bag will work well. You want them to have some air circulation so that they don't grow mold. Make sure they are clean and dry before you do this, as mold and fungus can rot them entirely. Store your bulbs in a cool, dark location. In warmer climates, this will almost always be a refrigerator. In cooler climates, a basement that stays cold will work, but there is no reason to avoid planting them in the fall in this event. If you purchase bulbs after the ground freezes and want to make sure they get enough cold, make sure the space where you keep them stays cold enough. In warm climates, you can plant them any time after their chilling period passes. You want them to have plenty of time to establish roots before the weather warms up and gets them growing. 2. Soil condition. Bulb rot can happen anywhere, and it is a common cause for tulips that won't bloom. It is caused by exposure to too much moisture, and most often, that's caused by the wrong soil conditions. Tulips aren't all that fussy about soil in a general sense, but they and other bulbs need good drainage. You may have rotten bulbs if you have clay-heavy soil or if you planted your tulips in a spot with poor drainage. The only way to tell, of course, is to dig them up. Rotten bulbs will be mushy and have a funky smell. If you dig in the area and come up empty-handed, there's a good chance they rotted clear away. How to fix? Make sure that the next time you choose a spot for tulips, it has good drainage. If your soil compacts easily, get started on loosening it up as early as possible. There are a handful of ways to loosen up compacted soil. Some take longer than others, so it all depends on how much time you have. Growing other annual plants in that area will help to break up the soil. Choose something tolerant and sturdy, like sunflowers or amaranth. These have substantial roots that break through hard soil and improve the structure. This takes time, but it's typically pretty low maintenance. Of course, you can amend your soil with organic matter by breaking it up manually. This requires the greatest amount of work, but it's the fastest route to the solution. Mixing in compost, manure, perlite, coarse sand, and other types of amendments will help to loosen the soil, improve drainage, and make it more hospitable for root growth. You can combine these things as an ongoing solution to maintaining loose soil. Focus on planting things in between seasons that will aerate the soil. On top of that, top dress your soil with plenty of compost and mulch, which break down and combine with the existing soil. 3. Not enough sunlight. Speaking of location, tulips like a lot of sunlight. As is the case with most sun-loving plants, if tulips don't get enough exposure, they are unlikely to bloom well, if at all. If they do produce flowers, without enough sun, the stems are likely to be floppy and not hold up whatever blooms they do produce. How to fix it? Choose a new spot and transplant them in the fall. You can leave them be for the summer as long as poor drainage isn't also an issue. Move them to a spot that receives at least 6 hours of sun daily. Too much sun can present its own issues, such as scorching or wilting, so see if you can aim for the sweet spot of 6 to 8 hours. Morning sun is cooler and, for that reason, more desirable. Afternoon sun can be hotter, and this is where you'll run into the opposite issue occasionally. 4. Planting depth. A gardener wearing black and orange gloves plants small, rounded bulbs with a tan, papery outer layer and a flat base in a hole dug in the soil in a garden. Plant bulbs about 6 inches deep for sturdy growth. If you plant your tulip bulbs too shallow, you may also encounter blooming issues. They may have subpar root development, frost damage, or the freezing and cooling process could even force them out of the ground. How to fix it? All bulbs do best when you plant them at a depth equal to about 2 to 3 times their height, which is about 6 to 8 inches for most. Planting them deeply causes them to root more firmly and deeply, anchoring them in place. That extra soil up top will also protect them from frostbite. 5. Incorrect fertilizer. Tulips need fertilizer, but it's important to give them the right type of nutrients at the right time. In the fall, or when you initially plant them, they need to develop strong roots before the ground freezes. Then, in the spring, you want to see green growth and, ultimately, flowers. How to do it? Apply a slow-release fertilizer in the fall or when you first plant them. Choose either a balanced formula, like the 10th of October 10, or one that has extra phosphorus to increase root development and strength. Don't put fertilizer in the holes with your bulbs. This can burn them. Instead, top-dress the soil and then cover the fertilizer with a layer of mulch to hold it in place. While you want speedy growth in the spring, if you've applied a slow-release fertilizer, they should still have plenty of nutrients to work with. However, it won't hurt at this point to give them another application of a balanced fertilizer. Once they are in bloom, they don't need any fertilizer. 6. Bulb age. Male hands hold a bunch of plump bulbs with a beige outer skin, showing slight texture and a pointed tip. Older bulbs may need replacing after several successful seasons. The age and quality of your bulbs are factors that can affect their longevity. Poor quality, cheap bulbs won't always produce the best results. Many modern hybrids simply have a shorter lifespan, and once they wear out, they stop blooming. How to fix it? Purchase your tulips from a reputable source. If you're concerned with longevity, try to purchase varieties that have a history of lasting for many years. If you did this and several years in, your bulbs stop producing after having bloomed well in their earlier years, they probably need replacing. Overcrowding can also hinder tulip growth and blooming. So, if yours have been in the same location for several years, it's a good idea to dig them up and separate them to give them more space. 7. Pests and diseases. Tiny, translucent bulb mites with elongated bodies and fine, hair-like appendages clustered on a bulb in close-up. Prevent future pest problems by avoiding damaged bulb areas. Finally, pests and diseases can affect your bulbs and plants negatively, causing them to perform poorly. Bulb mites and aphids are common tulip pests that can do a lot of damage. Fungal diseases can also negatively impact your plants. I mentioned root rot, but fungal infections like botrytis blight and basal rot can also destroy your tulips. I would be remiss if I didn't bring up squirrels and rabbits here. Though their bulbs are poisonous to people and animals, that won't necessarily stop these critters from digging them up. I've seen squirrels dig up the same bulbs repeatedly and discover, as if for the first time, that they're not food. Talk about frustrating. How to fit it. To keep animals from unearthing your tulips before they have a chance to grow, cover them with hardware cloth or another barrier that they can't break through. Make sure to remove it when they break ground. If you have issues with deer munching on the foliage, you can surround them with chicken wire or hardware cloth. Botrytis blight, also known as tulip fire, is a tough one. The most common cause is frost damage. The fungus seems to find bulbs with cold damage and destroy them. Extra moisture doesn't help. Plant them deeply in a spot with good drainage to avoid this issue. Bulb mites are an issue that comes from damaging bulbs, poor plant hygiene, and replanting in spaces where they already exist. Be gentle with them, making sure to keep the skin intact. If you have an issue with mites, avoid planting more in that area for at least a year. You can handle aphids with physical removal. A strong spray of water sometimes works. Neem oil is good for getting rid of them, too. Horticultural oils and insecticidal soaps are all effective on aphids. Just make sure that you don't use them when flowers are present because they will also harm pollinators. Technically, tulips can come back year after year, and most bulb growers suggest that they can brighten your garden for 3 to 5 years before they need to be replaced. But that means that tulips tend to fizzle out faster in your garden than some other bulb flowers, such as daffodils. You may find that some tulips only bloom once before they disappear from your garden for good. Your fix: if you don't want to take your chances that your bulbs don't produce next season, splurge on a new bag of bulbs every year to ensure a full array of tulip blooms to enjoy. We recommend replanting the bulbs every year, says Patrick Marini, Director of Marketing at Holland Ridge Farms, a tulip farm in Cream Ridge, New Jersey. We have actually tried leaving them in the ground and typically only around 50% grow back. The ones that do also run the risk of disease since they are not stored in optimal conditions. Tulips are springing up all over in a riot of gorgeous spring color. But if your garden's tulip bulbs seem to have been duds, and you're seeing stunted growth, a lack of blooms, or worse yet, no growth at all, you're probably wondering what went wrong. Fortunately, we've got some pro tips to help you troubleshoot your tulip problem, and fixes for the most common reasons for tulip failure. Avoid these potential roadblocks so you can end up with a bumper crop next season. I hope you enjoy watching my video. Until next time.